Welcome to another episode of the Hustle Never Sleeps Queen's Edition. Now, we've had a couple of weeks of this going, and it's been so phenomenal to chat to women that I personally have handpicked and admire. We've had people like Lady Scully, Jabu Newman, Nobisa Mdan, also Samantha Lohoko, and today, to put the cherry on top of the Sunday, I have Catherine Saint Jude Pretorius with me, aka the dopest of them all, Miss Dope Saint Jude, who is a Cape Town-based artist going into the world. We'll get into your chats in a little bit, but in her artistry, I would say that you are a producer, you're a rapper. Can I throw in a DJ? She does DJing on the side, just a minor title at the bottom of it. But I really am so keen to hear about your journey and how you've been pushing your passion. So welcome, Catherine. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Carissa, for having me.
Of course. Now, I remember a couple of years ago, I was at this campus. We're out at UCT today, and there are these ciphers that happen every single Wednesday. A group of people come through and just freestyle. And there were a couple of known faces that would make an appearance every week. And there was this one week that you came through. And I was like, who is this woman? You were like the most incredible thing, absolute goals. Your melanin was on fleek, your dreads, your rap skills were unparalleled, and I was just in complete awe. Only to wait a couple of years later to see you blowing up and touring the whole of Europe, I would say. Where did this thing start for you? This whole Dope Saint Jude stage name persona that you are pushing?
Well, I started out as a drag king.
Oh,
so
yeah?
You know what that is?
No, explain.
A drag king is like a drag queen, but
Yeah.
it's a woman dressing up as a guy. And my character was called Saint Jude.
Nice.
And it was kind of, my character was based on Lil Wayne.
Amazing.
Because I'm a big Weezy fan.
Yeah.
And so I started performing, and it taught me a lot about like gender as performance and just about performance in general. And I started writing my own stuff. But prior to that, I'd always been interested in poetry and so on. And then I left the drag king troupe to pursue a career, like a solo career, and I decided to create a persona that encompassed and personified everything that I wanted to be like.
Which
so
is?
fearlessness,
Yeah.
unapologetic, powerful, sexy, like all the things that I want to be. Every little thing I want to be. I created this persona called Dope Saint Jude because my second name is Saint Jude, so this is the Dope Saint Jude.
Yeah.
And that's where it began. I taught myself production because it was very important for me to be in control of my product.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, your production has led you to releasing your EP, which is Reimagined. So amazing.
Thank
My
you.
goodness.
Thank you.
So far, I think I've been bumping your song with Andy Mkosi like every single day. It's been an anthem. So great. How was that project for you?
It was extremely liberating. I think that, it's crazy, I made that EP just before my mom passed away. She passed away 2 days after the release.
Wow.
And it's actually quite crazy. It's been a difficult time, but that EP, like the way it speaks about the type of woman I need to be, it's been the one thing that's been helping me through all of this.
Sure.
So the whole process was liberating, doing it myself, producing it, and like putting my heart and my soul into it, and then having that same body of work lift me out of something that was so difficult, that could have been really difficult
To get through.
So I think like this whole EP has been a really spiritual experience for me.
Yeah. It's a spiritual experience for me too, though. Like from beginning the intro track all the way to the end, it's really amazing.
Thank you.
And you've not only been performing in Cape Town and in South Africa. I know that you've been touring in France.
Yeah.
How did this happen, and how was that for you?
I mean, it's crazy. I've been getting a lot of bookings just from overseas. So I first went to the US and I did a tour there. I did a 5-show tour in the US, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco. And it's just people who like my stuff.
Yeah.
And then hit me up and say, yo, do you want to come through?
Yeah.
And then I go through and I just like share my
do your
stuff.
thing,
And we share things and we
Sure.
party together and we have a good time. And then I did a festival in France, and I was in Finland with Angel Ho. And I'm going to be going to New York pretty soon. I'm quite excited for that.
Can you take me with you? Please.
Yeah, I just feel
I'm
very
small
blessed.
enough to fit in your bag, I swear.
I think mostly I just feel really blessed that there are people who understand what I'm trying to communicate and that my message resonates with other people.
Yeah.
And so I'm just very pleased that it can allow me to travel. You know, it's always been a dream of mine to travel. So to be able to put my heart in a body of work and then have that take me around the world is a really magical and beautiful experience. And I don't take it for granted at all.
So tell me, what do you think that message is that is in your body of work that you're trying to push out there into the world?
It's a lot of things, but I think if I had to narrow it down, I would say it's very important to kind of stay true to who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and to pursue the things that make you happy, but also, I don't know, you need to work hard for the things you want. And I think I talk a lot about persistence and resilience, like all of the qualities that you need in a world that's kind of facing against you sometimes. You need the qualities of resilience, persistence, hard work. You need all of those things to kind of get through. And then you need passion, and you need...
Most importantly.
Yeah, and you need to be able to share your heart a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah. I just want to know, this is more of like a personal question that I've just always wondered. When you're on stage, because I've also watched a couple of clips of you when you were touring, and you're just completely putting yourself out there, especially when it comes to such a personal body of work.
Yeah.
That vulnerability point and being received by a crowd of people, what is that experience like for you?
It's absolutely beautiful. It's almost intoxicating to speak to a group of people and put your heart out on the line and say, this is who I am, and then have people respond so well and just receive you so well. I think it's a very special way of communicating, and I think it's necessary to open yourself up to the audience, because that's the only way the audience is going to open themselves up to you. So it's an incredible performance. I give my all to my audience always. They deserve it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Aren't you exhausted now though? I know you've come back. Now you're back to studying and your life is just going from like fullness to fullness. Do you take care of yourself?
Yes, I eat very well. I exercise. I ride a bicycle. I rode a bicycle.
You rode a bicycle here. I found that amazing.
Yeah, you called me and I was on my bicycle.
Trying to kiss you, yes.
No, like I really get a high from pushing the boundaries of human potential.
Yeah.
I get a high from like pushing myself to the limit, because I think it's important and it's intoxicating to be extraordinary.
Yeah. Sure.
And it's incredible. Like I'm studying and I'm doing my music. I'm using my music to pay for my fees.
Sure.
And I'm doing all the things that make me happy, and where I can give, I try to be a resource to other people. It's like a symbiotic relationship, or like a mutual, I don't know if symbiotic is the right word, but like
we'll say
it's a mutual exchange that you have with the universe, and the mutual exchange you have with other people. Like you only receive as much as you give.
As you give.
Yeah.
And
so
you
I
give
like
so
to
much.
give, because then I receive in magnitude. Like it's great. I get to travel.
And do what you love.
Yes, and I get to have meaningful connections with people.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
So tell me, for somebody who also wants to be an extraordinary human being like you and push what they want, especially for women, what would you say to them?
Well, there's so much I would say. One of them is that you need to be resilient, always. You need to be sincere in your interactions, and you need to be grateful. Always be grateful, because I think that you get a lot more, and you get to appreciate the little things in life when you have gratitude. It can make small things seem like big, extraordinary, huge
moments.
Yes, when you appreciate the little things. If you can appreciate a smile on someone's face, it can change up to your whole day. And then also, just to work hard, and don't give up on your passions. The things that separate the people who succeed and from the people who don't is that moment where the people who don't choose to give up.
Sure.
And the people who want to succeed push through. And once you've pushed through and you suffered, for me it was 2 years.
Sure.
And you suffered those 2 years and you make it over that hump, and you have the confidence, and you know, okay, this is what I want to do, and I've given my all, things will come back to you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it's my birthday today, and this was the perfect way to start it. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you, Carissa. I really appreciate it.
This is Good Hope FM.
Turn the radios up.
Connecting Cape
That's the
Town.
final episode of the Hustle Never Sleeps Queens edition, and it was the perfect ending to it all, of course, with dope Saint Jude. If you do want to check out previous videos that I've done, and it's worth it, believe me, you want to go ahead and look at it, click over here. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you doing with your life? Just click over here.
And if you want to check out any of my videos, click over here.
Oh, I thought we were dancing. I was doing moves behind you. Never mind.